You're listening to Al Pastor, the show that helps you love God, love your neighbor, and eat more tacos. I'm your host, Pastor Brian. Welcome to the show. Hey, friends, I want to welcome you to another podcast. I've got Marcia and Noah in studio. They're laughing at me because Marcia is making fun of my intro music. Tell me what's going on there.
I don't know.
It's perfect the way it is.
I don't know. I'm just tired, I guess.
You're tired.
Yeah.
Why are you tired?
All the food we've ate.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
so we're recording this on late Monday evening. Well, not that late. It's about 9-10 p.m. So
It's late for us.
it is late for us. Normally we're in bed. We're old.
If I'm not at work.
We are old people. So I wanted to hop on this kind of a little bit of a different podcast fun because in the previous episode, we told everybody that you hadn't had tacos in a while. And I said,
And I still haven't had tacos in a while.
well, we're going to change that. Don't worry about that. Okay. You are going to submit and obey to your husband and you will eat tacos. But I had tacos. Did I not?
Yes.
And Noah, did you eat tacos?
Over a trash can,
Yep.
I have a picture.
All right, so I want to, this is our crazy life. Now, just for context, for fun, this, I'm only going to talk about myself here. This is revealing of how big of a fatty I am. We had a progressive dinner tonight is kind of what I want to call it. Well, progressive snacking.
Snacking.
Yeah. So tell everybody, where did we go first?
Well, we had dinner at this place called the Blue Elephant. It's a Thai restaurant in Bakersfield that we've never been before.
Okay, and Noah, right or wrong, you were like snubbing your nose about Thai food,
Correct.
and
I'm converted.
you're now a convert to Thai food. So we ate some really good Thai food, but here's what's interesting. For dessert, we saw something on the menu. So
Oh, boy.
Marcia, tell everybody about dessert.
Well, one of my favorite Thai desserts is the sweet sticky rice with mango. And they had that. And they also had sweet sticky rice with durian. And I've always wanted to try durian. Supposed to be the stinkiest, smelliest fruit in the world. And I was reading like online, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? And pretty much people saying it smells like sewage and rotten eggs and onions and anyway. So here comes the durian.
Well,
and-
let's put this in context because we've always heard about durian. I first heard about it from Bizarre Foods
Yes.
with Andrew Zimmerman. Like he hates durian.
Who loves durian?
I don't know. Maybe there's don't be racist. Why are you being so
Don't say
racist?
that.
I'm teasing. There might be people out there who like durian, but yeah.
It was very interesting.
And there's certain countries have bans on this fruit. Like you can't carry it into a hotel or
Yeah.
on an airplane or on a train.
Amen to that.
So who wants to start describing the durian?
It was bad.
The best way to describe it is like sweet onions.
Like-
I don't even know if I would say sweet.
Not even.
Okay, it was like white onions, a little bit sweet, but it was just like weird texture with the taste of white onions.
It's
the sweetness,
mushy.
It was
Yes.
probably from the sticky rice that made it like a tiny bit sweet.
Because they had sweet
Yeah,
condensed
yeah,
milk
exactly.
and cream.
It
and-
really does smell like, I don't know, an open sewer. And then think like you slice some onions, you put in a Tupperware, and you leave it outside for a few days in 100-degree weather. And then you open that and you smell and you eat it. That's how I felt. And the craziest thing, I had maybe, I don't know, a tablespoon, the most worth of it. And I just kept burping that. It was just absolutely disgusting.
Thank you for
my
the
gosh.
details. I
Well,
really appreciate that. That's what I look for in a woman.
You got the whole package.
And she
I
had
had
the
a-
least. Yeah,
She had the least amount.
You
I
had-
had a big bite.
I had maybe I don't know, not that much, but yeah, you had the most.
You guys had more than I did, and I was surprised.
Okay, so here's the thing. We felt really adventurous in trying durian fruit that we decided to leave there, and then we went to a new store that opened in Bakersfield, and this is right behind it's on Stockdale
Outback.
High, right behind Outback. And what was it called? The Blue Fig or
Blue
the
fig.
Blue
Yes.
Fig?
Mhm.
So this is a Middle Eastern Mediterranean
Mhm.
/ Arabic grocery store. And you guys tell me, I felt like I was transported to another world.
It was really cool.
It reminded me when we were in Israel.
It did. It did.
And I felt like my parents were just here not too long ago. And my dad had to use his phone to translate everything everywhere. So I guess I could never relate truly. Like today, this is how I felt. Like I was looking at food on the shelves. I know it's food, but it's like, I have no idea what that is. I don't even know
Yeah.
how to cook with that.
Yeah, even the meat counter was crazy.
That was
They
What'd you see, Noah?
They were showing like whole goat heads with the horn on it in like a dry age freezer.
Now tell me if I'm wrong. The guy behind the meat counter, did he not look like if you asked him a question, he would slap you? Like he looked intimidating.
oh.
Like I was like, all right, bro, I ain't gonna ask you nothing.
He was ready to fight.
No, I think that's just cultural. So they also had something there. Now, I'm just going to tell you, this is called Turkish coffee. If you've never had it before, it is thick. I've had Cuban coffee. This is
You've had
nothing.
Turkish coffee too.
I have, but I'm describing it for them. So there's this metal canister with a long pole, and they grind coffee so fine, it's like a powder, and then they pour some water and they stick it in this. I don't want to say sand. It's like lava rocks on a grill, and it just starts bubbling and just gets hot. They pour it into a little cup, and then they repeat the process. Well, they repeat that several times. So I got what was about 2 ounces of sludge, and I was amazed because after I drank it, I took a peek at my chest, under my shirt, and hair grew on my chest.
You're embarrassing.
You're gonna have to drink a whole ton of that coffee then.
Wow. All right. But that coffee, though, I'm telling you, was like,
It was
Again, the first time I had that coffee was in Israel. And I remember I really did not like it because they had put no sugar. It was just straight, I don't know, black, really strong coffee. And it was not good. But this one today, she had put some sugar in it and some hint of cardamom. It was actually really
Yeah,
good. I
yeah.
liked it.
it was very
it was
unique.
powerful. It'll make you try to bite your own earlobe if you're not careful, if you drink too much of it. Do you know what I'm saying? You've never tried to bite your own earlobe?
No.
Pretend
Stop.
think about
No,
it.
no,
Just
no.
try it.
People cannot see that, so.
And
maybe-
But they
then-
can visualize.
and
Okay, so after that,
Well,
Wait, no.
that store.
There's something. One of my favorite things was in the front. They had like this cooler with these like free drinks you were able to take, and it was like a mango lassi in a can,
Yeah.
and it had chunks of mango in it. It
it's
was
because they just had their grand opening
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
were giving away free stuff.
and
so.
like that drink was so good.
So we said, let's continue to be adventurous. And where do we go next?
The Asian market.
This is what I'm saying. This is how you know I'm a fatty. We're like, let's go
It's
go
not
for an
about that,
adventure.
It's just like
It was
yeah,
fun.
being fun. I
So the
guess.
Asian story, that's on White Lane, not quite to Gosford, but right behind the Body Exchange. Now,
that store has been there for a long time.
it has been. Now, that was even crazier, transporting into another world, right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So what kind of things did we see in there?
Well, I saw an actual durian fruit. I was
Oh,
so
yeah.
impressed. I wanted to buy it, but you wouldn't let me.
No, because it was like, how much was it per pound?
$7.99 a pound.
Yeah, and that thing is probably like 8,
So-
9 pounds. That's like, I'm not going to spend $60 on
That would
Something
be
is
like
gonna,
a cool
it's gonna go to
sound.
waste.
nastiness.
I would take it to Bible study.
So Marcia bought. Well, you could take that ice cream to Bible study.
Oh my gosh.
you
Okay,
Yes, so
so she bought 2 tubs of ice cream. Tell us the flavors, please.
corn and cheese.
Okay. Wow.
I love corn. So when I
Non-ice
saw
cream.
corn and cheese, I'm
Can
like,
I
okay,
just
I'm
say,
ready.
get that corn out of my face?
And the other one was jackfruit. And so like two things that I love. I bought them, but they're not that good. It's just, I don't know. I was underwhelmed.
Now, what about the chickens? We saw the chickens,
I
and that
found-
made our jaws drop.
There was like one of those open freezer deals, and as I was just browsing, I found these like whole chickens. It had like the legs exposed and all that.
No, be more specific. Not
Chicken legs,
When we
like
hear
chicken feet.
whole chickens, we're thinking of like a rotisserie chicken
No,
at
not-
Costco.
Whole chicken, as if you killed it and wrapped it and freeze it. Like the legs.
They didn't have feathers though.
No,
Featherless.
that would be weird. No, it had its feet, its claws,
True.
whatever you call it, the patas on the chicken, right?
Well, the food safety sanitation instructor in me came out because that was really not up to code. The flesh was exposed, freeze dried chicken head. I'm like, not good. I don't know how they passed there.
Oh, so what did we bought? We bought a bag
Sanitation.
of chips though. Noah wanted a bag of chips.
I got two things. I got a bag of shrimp chips. It was exactly what you would think. It was chips, tasted like shrimp. And then I got
That's
this.
debatable. It was disgusting.
And then I got this drink, like a mango passion fruit boba green tea or something. So I'm gonna have that tomorrow.
All right. So after that, we said we're still feeling a little zesty, right? Is that the right word? No, it's zesty, feisty. What would you say?
I don't know. Anyway,
We decided to go to India.
To India. What was the place called? The knock knock, talk talk. What was it called?
I think I don't know how to
Knock,
It's
pronounce
on
knock.
it. but
Panama Lane, over
Knock,
by
knock.
the other body exchange. So instead of us going to the gym,
Like
we're
same
going
parking
to
lot at
we're going to ethnic grocery stores. So it was called Knock Knock, and
Oh,
it was
Knock,
it's a
Knock, Knock.
Punjabi
Yes.
Indian store.
tour.
I walked in and almost immediately did a 180 and wanted to get out. But anyway, go ahead.
It was cool. It's just, again, like when you go to a store like that, I know a lot of spices, but I didn't know half of those. Like, what are these things? I don't even know how I would cook with them. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Walking in was really good because I got like a whiff of all like the different stuff because they were selling like actual like fresh food and stuff, and they had
Yeah.
all the stuff that smelled really good. And then I ended up getting this bag of chips.
And what I forget the flavor
Masala.
profile. Masala, like
Or it tasted like potato with some like Indian seasonings.
I
mm,
didn't care for it.
yeah.
I thought it was. I ended up. I finished it like not too long ago. It was really good.
So you can see what we like to do for fun. What are our hobbies? Our hobbies are
And then
eating food.
after that, though,
Oh, and then after that, I didn't tell them where I was going, but I started heading towards Lamont.
I had thought you were going to the Mercado Latino or something.
I thought about it, but it was clear across town. So I just cut over. We ended up in Lamont. I found a new taco spot. This place beats, in my opinion, the one on Bear Mountain. So this is on Panama Road in between Main Street and Fairfax as you're exiting Lamont. It's right there. And they've got all the different tacos. They have the trompa de al pastor right there. And here's the kicker. They make the tortillas by hand.
Oh,
So the corn tortillas, it's one of the most beautiful things that you could witness in the world, to have a female making a tortilla by hand. Hint, hint. Marcia.
she makes bread, not tortilla.
True. So we ordered, you know what? You need to take back what you said. Did you not have a bite of a taco?
I literally had
not
like
the tortilla. She literally took a tiny bit of my meat, and
of
that's
the meat.
But you
Yeah.
had the essence of a taco.
Sure.
So we had we capped off. That's our nightcap of Noah and I had each 2 tacos
Al
of
pastor.
Al pastor, and I got to tell you, this place is better than the one on Bear Mountain.
in
What do you
his
think,
opinion.
Noah?
I think that the tortillas are way better. Like those tortillas were generally some of the best corn ones I've had. However, I think the actual Al Pastor at the one here near Arvin is better.
Why?
It just has like a better. I don't know. Maybe if I were to take one from the one in Lamont, one from the one here, and did like a side by side, and like compare.
There's your next podcast right
Well,
there.
we need to do a podcast on location at one of these taco pop-ups, right?
I want to know if the one by Lamont. I wonder if they have tortillas in order to make burritos. Now that
They have flour tortillas. But anyway, the reason I like this one better is because their al pastor is not as sweet as the one in Arvin, and they chop it up finer and cook it very well done. So that was our night. So I asked Marcia and Noah if they would hop on. It's been a while since we've had some kind of fun times on the podcast. And so we wanted to share that with you. You guys have any closing thoughts of our excursion? That's how we have fun, right?
I have one
On this President's Day.
One last very quick thing.
Yes.
How was your tongue on the way home?
Well, I forgot about that. I throw salsa on. I can eat spicy. I put on the wrong salsa on my al pastor. I just put a big old ladle full, like just slopped it on there. And my tongue was on fire all the way from Panama Road, even until we got to Di Giorgio and Comanche. My tongue was still on fire. So that's something else. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you for listening to Al Pastor with Brian Overturf. If you found value in this, please subscribe and get updates most places podcasts are available. We're right here on Anchor FM through Spotify, also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, and iHeartRadio. I hope you'll tune in for the next episode. Until then, we'll see you later.